With the interior now eagerly awaiting a chassis to be glued onto, I of course had to finish that chassis first. So all of the parts were cut out of the sprues, cleaned up a little bit, and then primed and painted in various different colors, mainly black, and also some silvers and even some gold. After masking the discs and painting the final color for the calipers in gold, I moved on to cleaning out the airbrush finally and moving on to adding a lot more details with just a brush and some bellow paints. I did not really have a blue color to paint onto these coilovers, but I did have a permanent marker, so I used that instead. And the same trick was used for the coils themselves, just the top needed to be painted black to make it look a bit more convincing, and the middle part could stay silver. It should have actually been painted gold partially, but that would be too fiddly, and seriously nothing would be seen ever again of these, so I'd just get away with that cheap trick and paint the top part and the bottom part with some gold leaf from Tamiya in the end. Some more parts for the chassis were painted with a brush and some silver just to highlight them and change it up from all the black parts all over the place. Some other parts were painted flat black, and then the disc brakes got a tiny wash with some panel line accent color. While that was drying, I could move on to glue a part for the chassis on, and that was part of the front lip, and then could apply some carbon fiber decals on top. Now, I firstly tried using the decals from the kit, but I failed miserably because I was in a bit of a hurry, and that does not turn out well, so I had to replace them with some carbon fiber from Scale Production. When that was all nicely in place, I could move on to do a lot more assembly with a lot of super glue and a bit of time putting everything for the chassis together. With most of the chassis now finished, I could glue the interior on. Before putting the wheels in place, I firstly needed to apply some small decals to the calipers, so some decal setting solution was added and then the AMG logos were carefully put in place. With the decals now fixed into position, I could move on to putting the tires onto the wheels and then fixing those wheels onto the chassis. And the final piece for now would be to add those center locking nuts onto the wheels, just a bit of super glue and some patience with a tweezer, putting them in place and keeping them there.